Medical students, this one sequence will save you marks in your NEET PG exam that is going to be held in August. The new FDA blood test changed everything about Alzheimer's diagnosis and examiners are testing this heavily. Let me show you the exact biomarker progression they are asking about. First of all, I'll be talking to you about the biomarker timeline. The first sequence that appears in 80% of Alzheimer's questions is first, amyloid beta 42 decreases in the CSF. This happens 5 to 20 years before the symptoms. Second, phosphorylated tau or p-tau 217 increases detectable in blood now with FDA test. Third, neurodegeneration markers appear, brain atrophy on MRI. Fourth, clinical symptoms emerge, memory loss, cognitive decline. You can remember this easily with this song. Amyloid arrives, p-tau progresses, neurons narrow, cognition crashes. Sing with me. Amyloid arrives, p-tau progresses, neurons narrow, cognition crashes. Then, starting with these questions based on the knowledge you have just acquired, which biomarker changes first in Alzheimer's? I've told you the answer. Amyloid beta 42 decreases up to 20 years before the symptoms. This is the earliest detectable change. Then the new FDA approved blood test which measures the biomarker ratio is the Lumipulse test. Measures p-tau 217 or amyloid beta 42 ratio with 91.7% accuracy. Which statement about biomarker sequence is correct? C. Neurodegeneration markers like hippocampal atrophy overlap with tau changes occurring years after amyloid abnormalities. The blood p-tau 217 test is most useful for FDA approved screening adults greater than 55 years of age with cognitive decline as a cost effective alternative to PET scans. This is the latest information. Then in normal aging, CSF tau changes typically accelerate at C. age 60. CSF tau and phosphorylated tau changes accelerate around age 60 much later than amyloid changes. Now let's lock this in with music. Sing with me. Amyloid comes first 20 years before p-tau. P-tau follows next. What we are testing for neurodegeneration. What we are testing for neurodegeneration shows on the scan. Cognitive decline is the final plan. Practice this 3 times daily until your exams. NEET PG loves sequence questions. When you see earliest change, think amyloid. When you see blood biomarker, think p-tau 217. When you see neurodegeneration, think MRI changes. This pattern appears in 15 to 20 questions per year.